In retreat from the Union Army's Appomattox campaign, which began in March 1865, the Army of Northern Virginia stumbled westward through the Virginia countryside stripped of food and supplies. At one point, Union cavalry forces under General Philip Sheridan had outrun Lee's troops, blocking their retreat and taking approximately 6,000 prisoners at Sailor's Creek. Confederate desertions were mounting daily, and by April 8 the rebels were almost completely surrounded. Nonetheless, early on the morning of April 9, Confederate troops led by Major General John B. Gordon mounted a last-ditch offensive that was initially successful. Soon, however, the Confederates saw that they were hopelessly outnumbered by 2 corps of Union soldiers who had marched all night to cut off the Confederate advance. Later that morning, Lee, cut off from all provisions and all support, famously declared that there is nothing left me to do but to go and see General Grant. And I would rather die 1,000 deaths. But Lee also knew his remaining troops, numbering about 28,000, would quickly turn to pillaging the countryside in order to survive. With no remaining options, Lee sent a message to General Ulysses Grant announcing his willingness to surrender the Army of Northern Virginia. The two war-weary generals met in the front parlor of the Wilmer McLean home at 1 o'clock that afternoon. Lee asked for the terms of surrender and Grant hurriedly wrote them out generously. All officers and men were to be pardoned, and they would be sent home with their private property. Most important to the men were the horses, which could be used for a late spring planting. Officers would be able to keep their sidearms, and Lee's starving men would be given Union rations.